what is good, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my top 5 mistakes that I see new streamers making. The Truth Edition. I've been streaming for a couple years now, and I wanted to share these tips in the form of a video so that way those of you who are new to streaming, or maybe you've been doing it for a while, you stop wasting time doing the wrong things as you venture off into your streaming endeavors. Before we get into this, if you're interested in gaming and tech tutorial related content, go ahead and click that subscribe button with the post notifications on so that way you don't miss any future videos or live streams that I'll do right here on the channel. So the first mistake new streamers need to be aware of is the streaming software that they select. Shout out to the people who participated and commented in this poll, but I saw that 55% of you guys like using OBS Studio and 27% of you guys use Streamlabs OBS. You might ask yourself, well, what's it matter? OBS Studio, Streamlabs OBS, they're like almost the same. Sort of, not really, to be honest. Using OBS Studio gives you complete customization over your stream. You have the freedom to add the plugins that you want. You can add your overlays from Stream Elements and Streamlabs if you'd like. But with that extra functionality that I just mentioned comes more effort. You're gonna have to put in more time to learn the software, but in the long run, it'll be more worth it. Another thing is the performance of your computer while you're streaming. If you're using OBS Studio, expect your performance to be a little bit better than something like Streamlabs OBS, because Streamlabs OBS, that is a piece of software built on top of OBS Studio. I ran a CPU test of my own and saw that the resources being used up when recording with the X264 encoder were pretty small. While playing a game and recording it in OBS Studio, I saw that my CPU went up to 33%, but when using Streamlabs OBS, it went up to 36%, increasing the overall amount of CPU load on my computer. Again, it wasn't a huge difference in the resources being taken up by either the programs, but if you have a computer or a CPU that's not that great, you can feel the difference. Now, hey, if you have a beast computer with a dedicated graphics card, Streamlabs OBS may not be that bad of a move. Yes, it's really cool in Streamlabs OBS that you can just add your widgets and overlays right within the software itself, but remember, you're gonna be stuck within what the program offers to you. You don't have that freedom, that customization that something like OBS Studio has. I didn't just want my take here on this video for the best recommended stream software, so I decided to head to Twitch and ask some established streamers what stream software did they recommend using.
I like OBS better because it is open, where Streamlabs is made by a company. OBS is made by like individuals. And so that means there's a lot more freedom in what you can do with it if you want to get more creative.
Using OBS or Streamlabs OBS, oh god, don't use Streamlabs OBS for streaming. Like, just don't. I'm telling you right now, do not. Yes, thank you. Don't use Streamlabs OBS. It is horrible for your PC. The rendering is just and just overall bad quality. There's so many different things you can do on like OBS Live, for example, or OBS Studio that you can't do with Streamlabs OBS. So with Streamlabs OBS, I always call it like the dummy version of, or the beginner version of OBS Studio. OBS Studio is a little bit more complicated, but it's so much better in the long run.
Callie was a little bit harsh there, but she's not totally wrong. But to wrap up all these points together, if you're going to use Streamlabs OBS for your streaming software, it's because you want simplicity. You don't care about getting into the nitty-gritty details about everything you can do with streaming. You just want to get on, log in, and start streaming. You don't want to fool around with stream keys or all these advanced features. You're also going to want to have a powerful computer, because if it's not, you're going to deal with lag, drop frames, blurry footage, slowness. You're not going to want to deal with that. If you don't have a great computer, try out OBS Studio, as it uses less resources compared to Streamlabs OBS. OBS Studio will also give you that extra functionality and customization, which will help evolve you as a streamer, because there will just be more to learn. Streamer mistake number 2 is not having a set schedule for when you're going to go live. A lot of people, they just stream whenever they want, like me, I guess. See, I know the advice to give, I just don't always follow it myself. But if you're very serious about streaming, set up a stream schedule. Let your viewers know when you're going to go live. The platforms that you communicate with your viewers on, utilize that so you can let them know when you're going to go live. That'll right away increase your viewership count. What's a good stream schedule to have? Well, that all comes down to you as you know better than anybody else the best times that you're available to stream. I'm not gonna sit here and say, hey, you gotta stream 6 days a week when you might have exams and work, school, all those different things going on in your life. Now, if you're on a platform like Twitch and you're new to it, and with the discoverability is next to nothing on that platform, then you're going to want to spend more time outside of Twitch growing up other platforms like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, even YouTube, so you can gain more viewership to pull people into Twitch. Because if you're just streaming strictly on Twitch and not doing anything else, then it's going to be very difficult to grow on that platform. Which leads me into the third mistake I see new streamers making, and that's not weighing the pros and cons of the streaming platform they're planning to stream to. You got YouTube, you got Twitch, you got Facebook, no, Mixer's dead. Those first 3 sites that I mentioned are your big boy streaming platforms, all with their pros and cons. As you guys know me, I like to stream on YouTube. I like it here. Everything is in one spot content-wise for my channel. But everybody knows YouTube as that video site. We don't think of streams that much. But even with that being said, YouTube has a massive, and I mean massive, viewership base to pull from, and the discoverability is very good on this platform. Twitch, on the other hand, it has no algorithm for discoverability, so you need to have another social media presence built up, such as TikTok, just to get viewers over to your Twitch to watch you. But once you have that audience on Twitch, it is definitely the superior stream platform. It is so smooth. It is so clean. Twitch has this community that no other platform has. And then you add in the hosting, the raids, all of the amazing chat features. You can literally play games in the chat. YouTube doesn't have half of those features, man. My thing with Twitch is that it's only a one-stop shop for streams compared to YouTube, where it has so much more to offer. So me being curious MidnightMan, I went ahead and found some other established streamers and asked them, why do you stream on the platform that you do?
What got you streaming on Facebook versus Twitch and YouTube? So I actually started out on Twitch, and I streamed there for like 2 months and just experienced 0 growth. Like, I think the entire 2 months I streamed, I got like 5 followers, and like almost all of them were people I knew in real life. I jumped over to Facebook and tried it out, and had 100 followers within like 3 weeks or a month or something like that. And so it's just easier to build a following on Facebook. I think in the long run, Twitch is probably better for an established streamer, but as far as it's really hard to grow from 0 on Twitch.
Why did people stream on Twitch instead of YouTube? Oh, it's just what you know. Like, some people don't go on YouTube, some people don't go on Twitch. It's all preference. I think Twitch is better. For live streaming, Twitch is much better. It's way cleaner. That's just preference. Oh, he just got shit on. Yeah, YouTube doesn't I don't know, it just doesn't feel like organized or clean.
I had to hook Nate Hill up with the dono just so he could read my question, but he answered it. Anyways, for me personally, I'm gonna stick to streaming on YouTube. I think it's only going to get better. I think that YouTube is going to be that one-stop shop for all video and streaming related content coming up in the future here. I'm investing in YouTube, so hope it doesn't let me down. The fourth mistake I see new streamers making is diving into buying all this expensive equipment. Yeah, having a great production value on your stream is awesome. Trust me, it's very appealing to the eyes, it's very appealing to the ears, but what does that mean about your content? Your content is what matters more than anything else. I've seen huge channels out there that look like they're filming with a potato, but you know why they're big? It's because they're entertaining. They add that value to the viewer. If you're starting out, you don't need to use all this fancy equipment. I've made plenty of videos on this channel on how to record your gameplay off of your PlayStation, your Xbox, without having to use capture cards, having to buy an expensive computer. You don't need all that. If you already happen to have a computer, of course, you can use free software such as OBS Studio, like we just went over, to record your screen and then just push it to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, wherever you're trying to stream to. If there's a single piece of equipment I would recommend you get first when starting out, it would be a good microphone. It just goes a long way, man. No one wants to listen to a stream with horrible audio. So I recommend the Blue Yeti, the Blue Snowball, and my favorite behind me that I always use for my streams, the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. There's also been some new microphone releases by Rode as well. But the point being, you want to invest in good quality audio. And as you start gaining some traction on your streaming endeavors, then I would get a decent web camera. Just take baby steps, one thing at a time. Unless you're balling and you love gear, then all right, go hit yourself up with some good gear. Just remember, good gear does not equal good content, which leads into my 5th mistake I see new streamers making, and that's just not having streaming in your heart. You're doing it for the wrong reasons. Partake in the conversations that the chat might be discussing. You also want to play games that you're interested in. Don't just play the game because it's a popular game and you want to get viewership. If it's not in your heart of heart and you're not enjoying the game, that can show through your content. You don't even always have to keep playing the same game on your stream. You can mix it up a little bit. Play games that might be similar to the main game that you play, so that way your viewers are still interested in that kind of content as well. At the end of the day, people will stick around your stream for you as a person. Everything else will take time to grow and develop as a streamer. That is gonna do it for my top 5 mistakes I see new streamers making. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit it with a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel with the post notifications on. I also left all the links to those channel examples that I sprinkled throughout this video in the description. So go check out some of those streamers if you'd like. And with that, I'll see you in my next video or live stream. Peace out.